Hey, what's up, Passive Income Blueprints family? The early morning go show coming to you live. This is our third episode, and we have a star on the show today. I tell you guys what, you guys don't want to miss this. If you guys are catching this on the live, push hashtag live. If you're catching this on the replay, hashtag replay, guys. This is going to be fire. I want to let you guys know it's all about inspiration, get motivated, right? Moving and the needle each day 2% in your lives. It doesn't matter, how good you do something, as long as you get something done each day, right? And it's all about progression in your lives, and it's all about moving the needle. Well, either way, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. We're going to get right into it. Without further ado, I'm going to bring in our star client student. He's our family member here at Passive Income Blueprints. Let's welcome Joshua Sharp. How you doing today, Josh?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Thanks for bringing me on the show.
Absolutely, brother. It's a blessing to actually have you. And your wife isn't here today, and we'll get to more into that. But you guys are a power couple, and we're getting to that as well. So, but other than that, man, everything is going well on my end. It's great to have you here. I can't wait to hear your story. I can't wait for you to tell your story to the entire community. Right now, we're live in Facebook on all three of our Facebook accounts, including Bar McGowan's and in YouTube. So if you guys are, if you guys are in the comments, be sure to comment. We'll catch questions at the end. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna open up to Josh and just kind of like let him tell us a little bit about himself, where he was at, and then where he's at now and where he wants to be. So let's go ahead and lead it off to Josh.
All right, y'all. So most of y'all know me. The ones that don't, I started this journey a long time ago. This journey started for me back on the farm. I grew up on the farm, joined when I was 18, started a farm myself. I knew from the beginning I had to be an entrepreneur. Couldn't work for nobody else, just what didn't fit me. Well, I started that business, and my thought process, my mindset was work hard, get paid, right? So work all day, go home, drink, smoke, whatever, and just have some fun. That was my life goal. That's all I had, all mindset. Well, that led me down a pretty dark path. I ended up making a lot of bad decisions, bad choices, and they all led to me falling flat on my face, even with help. So we took a business that was running somewhere around $800,000 a year, operating notes stuff, and took that, fell flat on our face. And we fell flat on our face, guys. I mean, we really went down pretty hard. We went from there to zero, absolute net zero. And not only did we have nothing, but we had to sell everything that we did have to pay back the note. Still didn't pay it back. So we were sitting there facing a $60,000 note, and didn't have much left. And then we got the call that we were being evicted from our home. And so we had to leave. And we had nowhere to go, had no money to go with. So we went to selling everything we had left over that the bank didn't take. And we got all that sold, get rid of that. We ended up with like $9,000. And the last month we were there, we finally found a place to stay, like 4 hours away. So we finally found a place to stay. And we went from a 3,000 square foot rent home to a 924 square foot apartment. And we gathered up about $9,000. And the last month that we were there cleaning the house, getting ready to move, the AC unit went out. And this is May, Central Texas. It's dang near 100 degrees. Mm-hmm. And the unit went out, and so we had no AC, nothing like that. I had a friend loan me an AC unit, so we lived in one room in that old house for a month while we got cleaned and got everything up and ready to go. And then when that happened, and when you go down that far, it takes you to a different place. And I remember sitting outside my house pretty much in tears, me and my wife, and we kind of looked up and we were like, God, we don't know what to do. And from there, I kind of had some strange things fall in place. I met a fella that led me to start reading books and start on the mindset and the growth, the wealth niche, right? And that all started with The Greatest Salesman in the World by O.G. Mandingo. And so I started reading books. Now, before this, mind you, I never read a book in my life.
So what was your mindset then before you started reading? Like, what were you going through in your head at this time? You lost your business, because I want to kind of touch on this. I don't want you to go too fast. What was, you lost your business. You were doing great in your business, and then you kind of lost everything. Then your mindset went down, right? What inspired you to start picking up a book again, or pick up a book and try to maybe investigate more about yourself? What inspired you to do that?
Well, so what inspired me to do? How to put that in the right words? I looked in my kids' eyes and I realized how I was leading them, mm-hmm. and what I was showing them. And I basically had two choices. either
Okay.
continue down the path I was going down, be a loser all my life, do nothing but drink beer and show my kids bad habits,
Mm-hmm.
or I could make a change. And that change was growth. And the way you grow is you begin by studying and learning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started waking up early and I started studying every day. I'd wake up at 4 o'clock and I'd go to reading anything I get my hands on, anything that had to do with wealth, growth, mindset. And so I made that transition from working hard and getting money and go playing to growing, evolving, and leading a better example for my kids. Right.
Gotcha.
So that was kind of my mindset. Mindset was kind of I don't want to be a loser the rest of my life. That's how I felt at the time. I just felt like a loser. I lost everything. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Like I said, we was kind of in a dark place, and we had nothing. We was even getting evicted. I mean, at one point, like I said, we had a struggle trying to find a place to move.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, it got so bad. I really thought that we were going to be homeless. I honestly could not find a place for a roof for my kids' heads. Right. I really thought we was going to be on a bridge. Aside from moving in, we always had our parents. I could always move with my parents. But other than that, I was looking at that. And some family on my wife's side, we went and saw them to help us decide where to go. And I don't know how bad I looked, but I must have looked pretty bad because they just kind of gave me a strange look and said, Josh, why don't you sit down for a minute, you know? And they kind of talked me through a few things, kind of guided me into the apartment building that we ended up staying at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so once we made that move, we decided, well, we have to have a new business. I didn't know what to do. I went to college, but I didn't learn anything.
Okay.
So I didn't have any skills. I could work hard. That was it. I didn't really know anything else. So I went to getting every book I could find on landscaping and how to build a landscape business. I found about 4 or 5 different books. I read them all. I took notes. We moved and I started a landscape business.
Love
Now,
it.
a couple things I did was I changed my mindset to number one, I was going to love everyone, period. I don't care if they rub me raw. I was going to smile, look them in the eyes, and tell myself I love you, right? And so that was the first big change I did. No negativity. I don't care. I don't care how bad it is, how much they irritate you. Zero negativity, right? Love everyone. Find a way to love someone. You can find it. It's not easy, but everyone has something you can connect to. And my second was I was going to give. Right? I'd never given anything in my life. I'd always mine.
Right.
I don't want to give anything. So the second decision I made was I was going to start giving. Every time I made something, I was going to give something back,
Love it.
regardless of what it was. I was going to give back. So we started a landscape company, and we started a Facebook group, and I started giving away things once a month, then once a week, and then every day. It was constantly giving things away, and this helps us get out there. It helps in a lot of ways. The third and final thing I decided was that I wasn't going to pick a beer up until 5 o'clock in the evening, period. And then I limited myself to a 6-pack a day. So I cannot drink anymore. I know a lot of y'all may think, hey, a 6-pack's a lot. I could sit down and drink a case of beer a day. But I mean, just that's what I did. So a 6-pack a day was huge for me to not drink till 5 and not start drinking to only drink 6-pack a day. So I did that. And that caused me to start waking up early, easier. I could wake up at 4 easier. And then I said, okay, well, why am I staying up late at night drinking beer? So I stopped doing that. I said, you know what? I'm going to start going to bed at 9 o'clock. If all I'm going to do is stay up and drink, why am I staying up? If I'm not going to better myself, then I should just go to sleep, wake up early. And
This
so
is
this
fire,
started
guys.
me.
This is fire, guys. This is real stuff. Keep going, brother. I want you. This is touching me emotionally. Keep going, bro. This is good stuff.
So the thought process that started, hang on, I got a call. Ignore
Okay,
that.
brother.
So the thought process that started going on, you can see formulating is, if it is not getting me to my goals, it is stopping me from getting there, right?
Okay.
So I began to remove everything out of my life that was preventing me from getting to my goals. Now, unfortunately, that meant that I didn't have many friends. In fact, I had no friends because I had to quit hanging out with them. The people I did meet, because I was changing so fast, my growth rate became so fast that every time I got a new friend, we would hang out for a couple weeks and then I would change and they wouldn't. And
Right.
so we quit hanging out. And this continued on and on. And we went from owing $60,000. Like I said, we only had $9,000 in the bank, had a broke down truck and a car with 100,000 miles, and we moved. I mean, we were pretty bad off. And and again, no job. When we moved, we just started a landscape company. We moved 4 hours away. We didn't know anyone down here, nobody, and we only had 9,000. Though it was $2,000 a month to stay at the apartment, so that money could just be gone like that. Anyway, so we started building, we started growing, and within 4 years of that growth pattern and that mindset, we took that business from zero to gross sales of last year was $538,000 gross sales. Damn. Is where we took that to.
Beautiful,
and then
brother.
There's the next problem. That was good, but it wasn't enough, right? I needed more. It got me in a better position, but now I have a business that I built around me. I was the foundational block of this landscape company. I couldn't go left. I couldn't go right. I couldn't leave the house. I couldn't do anything. I was a slave to this business. The moment I left, the needle went every time. And I got a 25-page employee handbook. I was doing trainings. I'd bring guys in and pay them all day just to sit there and listen to me train them. I had training videos, the whole 9 yards. And every time I brought someone in, I'd train them up and they'd leave. I'd bring them in, I'd train them up and they leave. So no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get past go. And a lot of that was because I didn't have a mentor. And I knew that, but I didn't know who would mentor me. I didn't know who to look for. But what I did know was this wasn't going to work. I couldn't keep doing this. My body could only handle this for so long. So I started looking for different avenues. That's when we created the next business, our general contracting business. Because I realized, look, if I start general contracting, I already have crews out there. I'm already overseeing job sites. If I start general contracting, I can have more time where I'm not actually working in the business to then learn a new high income skill that I can produce into income, yet again, raising the ceiling, right? And eventually get me away from that servitude. And so we did that and it worked. You know, we're taking off. We've been doing it for about a year on top of our landscape company we still have. And we're still looking, we're still digging. I've been through stocks, Bitcoin. We have a lot in Bitcoin, a lot in stocks. I did option trading. We were in Fundrise. If you don't know what Fundrise is, it's an investment group for realty. We looked into tax liens, buying tax liens. They're not in Texas. We have to go out of state to do that. Texas only allows you to buy foreclosures, which I wasn't ready to commit to. Anyway, so we're just looking and grabbing. We start looking online and we're grabbing, just trying to find something to work. And everything we found has made money, but none of it was sustainable. None of it could be a business. None of it could be depended upon. And then that's when my wife tells me, she says, hey, I found this thing on TikTok. Now, I didn't really have Facebook or anything at the time. And I had it, but I was never on it. And I just started TikTok just to laugh, you know, give me something to do when I was not reading. And anyway, she goes, I found something I think may work. I was like, well, let me see. So she shows me a couple videos. I'm like, all right, well, you know, you do you, I'll do me. I'll go over here and look some other stuff. And some time went by and she kept coming back. She's like, Josh, I think this is real. I think this is for real here. And so I told her, I said, look, you have followed me everywhere I went. You have supported me through every turn in the road. You know, when I bet big on Bitcoin, I bet big on stock market, you allowed me to put 5,000-10,000 in it and run with it. You know, that takes some serious trust. I mean, to do that with hard-earned money, especially from where we come from. And so I told her, I said, you got it. If you think this is what you want to do, I'll support you. I'll be behind you. You deserve it. So from there, she starts going through the process and she gets on the call with Eric here. And I start talking to Eric and it took me about 5 seconds. And I start liking the guy immediately. I liked where his head was at. I liked where his mindset was. And I said, okay, all right, we may have something here. Now, remember, I'm still looking for a mentor because I don't know what I'm doing. And I know I need someone to get me past the point I'm at. I can only learn so much on my own. And so she starts the course and I start watching some of the videos. And the first, 10, 12 videos, they're not even about the business. They're about mindset and about growth, right? And about personal growth and about scheduling and all these different things. And I just, man, immediately I said, this is it. I got something here. And so obviously I joined in as well. And that's how we got started where we're at, from A to B.
Love it, brother. So that's just a story for any inspirational moment, right? Because you started in a sense in a position where you're doing all right. Then you found a little bit of alcohol, and you found a different walk of life that really wasn't going anywhere. Fell on your face flat, looked in your kids' eyes, realized that wasn't for their future neither. And then you had this epiphany moment. You started reading books, indulging in some more mindset stuff, figuring out more of what's going on inside of Josh, right? And then you started putting down, removing stuff from your life that you don't need, that was actually stopping you from moving forward. And then you removed all those bad things, found some mentors, and then now you and your wife have now 3 successful businesses. So let's talk about your current business, that what we have going on now, right? No, because it's not all about finding a mentor. Yes, is one thing, but it's all you put in the work, brother. You and Christine, your wife, and we'll have her on the show as well. But you guys put in the work all up to this point, and you guys seen value up to this point in clearly everything you've done, and then now in passive income blueprints. But it's not about just passive income blueprints. Talk about like where you started at with your everything, as far as your followers and everything. Like what were your trials and tribulations? Where do you start at, and where you're at now with your business right now? And in the future for that too, to inspire other people out there that may not have a business or that do have a current business like yourself, right? There's so many business owners out there. So talk about that. People have fears. Talk about those fears too.
All right. So yeah, when I first started, like I said, I had a Facebook I really didn't use. I think I had Instagram tied to it. Didn't even know I had it. And TikTok I just had for, as some of the videos Garrick's put out, for shaking booties. just something to laugh at, right? They get that dopamine drop. And so when I started, I had those followers. The only thing I'd ever done really online was, I told you, the Facebook group I did to help build my landscape company. But this is completely different. It has similar aspects, but it's completely different. And so, up front, I was kind of concerned. I was like, man, I don't think I can do this. There's a lot of technical stuff, a lot of computer stuff, and all of our other businesses, I did all the work. We always said I'm the brawn, she's the brain, right? Mm-hmm. And so I go out and do all the work, and I talk to all the customers, and she did all the behind the scenes. I love talking to people. I got a motor mouth. I'll talk all day if you let me. Mm-hmm. So I knew the videos wouldn't be a problem, but the technical aspect of it, I just didn't know if I could do it. And so I was pretty concerned about that. And we started the training, and the training was just so simple. It was just so hands-on. And it was so simple. In fact, I really didn't have to ask a lot of questions. I just kind of took to it like a pig to mud, and went through everything, got everything set up, leaned on the community a little bit. But again, we have a great community. I didn't have to have them. The courses were laid out so step by step and so spoon fed. You can literally just pull it up on your computer while you're listening and do it right there. And so when I started making videos, I just started making videos. I wasn't really worried about what I made or what I produced. I was just like, hey, I want to go on here and have some fun. This whole thing's about having fun, right? So I'm just going to go out here. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to make some cool videos.
Right.
So that's what I did. I started making some fun videos. I started making videos about my everyday life. Get up. I had one, I think I was leaving the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 4. It was 5 o'clock. I was already leaving, going to work, and made videos like that, just about your daily life, about what's going on in your head. And people started resonating. People started liking it. And I started getting some followers. I think the first week I gained 100 followers, and I was shocked. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And so I went back and I started watching some more teaching and coaching on TikTok. And I think I got through maybe the first or second lesson, and then we got busy at work. So for the next 2 weeks, I didn't watch anything about training on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I just kept putting out videos of what I had learned and my daily life and my goals, right? So my goal was I wanted to become highly successful at affiliate marketing and online business, because I wanted more time, more freedom with my kids. Because with my business, I told you I was a slave to it. Right. I couldn't leave. The moment I left, the ball stopped rolling. Exactly. And with landscaping, a customer-based business where you have to go out and give an estimate, and they have to accept the estimate, right? You have to keep that ball rolling. That's two 2 to 4 weeks out, right? You have to keep that, but you have to keep everything in line. And so if I don't have the call, if I'm not answering these calls, making these visits, producing these estimates, winning these jobs, putting them into place, all in order, you take one thing out. Here's an easy way for you to understand. When COVID hit, they shut down America's economy. How long has it been since then? And we're still struggling. When you stop the ball from rolling, it throws everything off. The same thing with my business. The moment I left to go have fun with my kids, the ball stopped. And then when I came back, I had to work double time to get it rolling again. And so it was never ending torture. And I wanted to get out of that. And so my goal was to make this my main income so that I could just enjoy doing landscaping as I saw fit, because I like doing it. I could enjoy doing, contracting because I enjoy doing it, not because I have to.
Right.
So I just kept making videos about that, about where I wanted to be in life. And it kept climbing. And then I made a goal. I said, hey, I want to hit 300 followers by the end of this week. I didn't get it. I literally got 5 followers 3 days after that. That was it. And I said, okay, all right, it's time to go to the community. So I go back to the community. I'm like, hey, I'm struggling. I'm having this problem, this, that. I got probably 5 or 6 different people just pop, tell me, do this, do this, do this, do that. I was like, all right, cool. Went back. I told them, hey, I'm going for 500. I didn't make the 300 mark goal. We're going to up it to 5. I went back. I got some info. We're gonna blow it out of the water. We're going to hit 5. I hit 5 by the end of that week.
Boom.
Yeah, amazing. So then I was like, all right, well, now I probably ought to start studying this TikTok thing. So I go back in, I start studying the TikTok thing, all the courses on it and what to do, and started producing more value, started producing better videos, steadily started climbing that next week. I said, all right, it's time for their goal. So I was at, I think I was at 550 or 600, and I hadn't gotten my first commission yet, but I already had several prospects come through it. I was already talking to a lot of people at 300 followers. I was already, so like week 1, I was already talking to people, right? By 300 followers, I was already having people go to go click on the link and go check out the video. And by week 4, I already had people booking calls. And that's just being honest with people. Don't fib, don't lie, don't try to sell something. Just tell them what's on your mind, your goals, what you're trying to do with your life, what you plan on changing in your life with this business. And people like it. So anyways, I go back, I'm at like at 650 or something like that. I said, all right, I got a new goal. I'm at 1,000. And that week, I think I got to the 700. And I was like, all right, didn't make it. What am I going to do? Went back to the community. Said, guys, I'm struggling. This, that, one thing, another's happening. Same thing. A list of people just giving me ideas and telling me what I'm doing wrong, how I can fix it. I went back out. The next week, I hit 900. I went from 700 to 900 in a week after the advice I got from our community. And I was like, wow, that was awesome. But I didn't make it, right? So I go on there. I make some videos about that. I made some videos. Say, look, I didn't make it. I shot for the stars, but look, I hit an eagle, right? Because if you shoot for an eagle, you're liable to miss and hit a rock.
Right.
I shot for the stars, and I missed. I hit an eagle. Even though I didn't get 1,000 followers in a week from 600 or whatever it was, I gained three or 400 followers in a week. That's huge. And so I went at it. I did again. The next week, of course, we had 1,000 followers. But so just keep in mind that anyone can do this. If I can do this, anyone can do this, right? And when you're setting goals, don't set a goal where you think you can reach it. I'm going to set this goal because I think I can reach it. That's not a goal. Right? A goal is something you can't reach. Hey, I can't reach this. I want this goal. So you're going to stare at that goal and you're going to shoot for that goal. And even if you don't get to that goal, that journey you take on it is going to be amazing. And the things you're going to accomplish are going to be outstanding.
100%. So basically, through the journey of, owning your current 2 businesses, you're trying to basically not really walk away from them, but just have more time and freedom to, do those as, fun per se, I guess you could say, right? Because they're already running themselves. You just want to be able to step away. But since you started Passive Income Blueprints, you had 0 followers, you didn't have any kind of understanding of how to make any money online or even how to talk to people. So within the time you started to win, how long did it take you to get your first commission?
It took me, I think, 5.5 weeks, but that's only because the only reason it took that long was
That's
because,
not long at all. That's actually pretty short, and
yeah,
without having right, and that's a high ticket commission.
yeah, exactly. It would have
Right,
been almost a week and a half earlier, except for the calls were so booked out that they were booked out like 2 weeks
right. It's
to
nuts.
get the first call. But that's just to show you how many people are interested. I mean, absolutely. But yeah, so it took about 5.5 weeks to get my first commission, and after that, they started just kind of steadily trickling in. It's been slow through Christmas, but we're still about once a week or so, another one trickle in. My wife just yesterday, my son took her out on a date, and I took my daughter out on a date to ballet. And while we was at the ballet, and they were out eating, she got 2 commissions. Had no
Love it.
idea. She didn't even know she was going to get them. She just bing bing got them, and that is really an awesome feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
The passive part of it where it just bings your phone, and there you go.
Right. And, we're going to bring obviously Christine on the show eventually, together with you, but you guys are a power couple. So basically Christine had the idea of starting an affiliate marketing business, working online from home. You basically had started two businesses yourself. She backed you up the whole time. Now
Mhm.
is you felt obligated because she's backed you up this whole time on all the opportunities, the investments to back her up. Now you guys are running a business together as a couple. And we consider you here at Passive Income Blueprints a power couple. So who does the power couple target? Like, I know you're speaking to other business owners that own their current businesses that maybe want to have a little bit more time and freedom. So talk about how it is possible, not only for yourself, but for other business owners, and stay-at-home moms as Christine is, and she's also a business owner. She's your right-hand man per se, but just talk about that as well. Just really, really show exactly, how easy it is, and if possible, to run a business, be a stay-at-home mom, and actually help other contractors like yourself, because you have with so many social media accounts that we're going to post up here in a minute, how we can get in contact with you. But let's hear who you're trying to resonate with. Who can you help, and what can you over deliver on?
So me without Christine, I can help. I can help a small business owner that has hit that cap, right? Just hit that spot in your business where, one, you can't escape, and two, no matter what you do, you cannot seem to climb. You're at your cap as high as your business will let you grow. And then with Christine, I think we can really help. It's hard to really pinpoint one person because so many people out there are husband and wife. They do want to help each other.
Yes.
They do want to do things together, right? And I have found in business that doing things with your wife is wonderful. But having the ability, for example, this business here, we do it like our Facebook group. It's together. We're together as coaches in our Facebook group, which is what we're doing now. We're coaching. So we're together in that group, yet we both have our own platforms, right? And so we bring two different types of people into the group and we help them both. And that's the beautiful thing about working with your wife is that everything is doubled. Everything you do is doubled. The market research is doubled. The success is doubled. Everything is doubled. You're not out there on your own doing it.
Right.
And you get to spend that extra time with your wife, right? You get to make those fun little videos with your wife. And
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and so to touch on that a little bit, so the people that you're helping is anybody that needs help to build a funnel, an automated system. Back me, okay, even before a landscaping business. Josh is not only built one business but two businesses, and working on his third right now. And it's building it very well. But he has so much knowledge on the automation portion, the follow up system, putting the funnels together. So if there's anybody out there that struggles with any of that business building aspect of it, it's not difficult. You just have to find the right person and strategy. And I promise you, Josh will relate with anybody out there that's a contractor, right? I've worked and dealt with contractors myself, and sometimes they could be tough to deal with. You could probably agree, Josh, right? So if you can get on that level, some contractors are stubborn, right? They're bullheaded, but they want a different way. They know they're problem aware. Hey, they're stuck in their contracting job, but they're working 80 hours a week. They never see their families. Yeah, they're making killer money, but they had no time and freedom. But how do we talk
exactly.
to those? How do we talk to those individuals? Well, how do we talk to those individuals is to get Josh and Christine in front of you and actually help you through the process, right? So, everybody here at Passive Income Blueprints, we teach you how to target or talk to a specific individual. Now, it's not only contractors for Josh, it's anybody, but he can get on that personal playing, that level with any contractor, any previous business owner, any current business owner, and help them scale past that. And I've seen it time and time again because of what Josh has brought to the table and just his knowledge and his mindset. So who inspires you and what do you read? Like, let's get some books out there, because there's a lot going on in Josh's head. We have to probably have another call and it's going to go a different direction because the next one is going to be more on mindset. But who's inspiring you right now and what books are you reading?
All right, so right now I'm reading Pocket Full of Money, or Happy Pocket Full of Money. It's a fantastic mindset book, in my opinion. For those who haven't read it, it's about it touches on manifestation, but it's really about time. How time, money, and your goals don't really exist, right? There's just points in your life that you have to get past. And let's say, for example, before I go to the next one, let's say your goal, I want to make $1 million. Just not, I want to make $1 million. I think I'll make it by year end. How do you know you couldn't have made it next month?
Exactly.
Man, how you know it won't take you 2 years? You don't know what you don't know. And so you don't set time limits. You don't restrict yourself with time. You don't restrict yourself with monetary amounts. I want this luxury yacht, right? You don't restrict yourself by saying, well, I can never make that much money. It would take me 20 years to make that much money. Anyway, so it's a really fantastic book on how to formulate your mindset on how to make these things manifest into your life. People that I'm really following at this exact moment. Oh, also the other book that I would highly recommend is the Greatest Salesman in the World by O.G. Mandingo. There's scrolls in the back, and I read the way it works is like 10 scrolls, and you're supposed to read each one 3 times a day for 30 days, and then you move to the next one. And what this does, it teaches you a couple things. One, the principles of each scroll get set into your subconscious. Everything's about your subconscious. What goes up here is fine, but if you can get what's here into the back of your brain, it will change the way you interact with the world around you. So that book teaches those lessons, and it teaches you how to actually get what you want to change. I want to change this about my life. You find a sentence, a statement, a paragraph, and you read that every morning, every day at lunch, and then out loud right before you go to bed. See how that teaches you that? And it gets it in your mind. So I would highly suggest you get that book and read those scrolls. They will change your life forever. My main influence right now, believe it or not, is Andrew Tate. A lot of people don't like him. There's some things about him I don't care too much for either. But what I like about Andrew Tate, and the reason why he's really inspiring me lately, is his tenacity. It's his warrior mindset. I will not lose. I will not back down. I look for the storm, right? I don't run from the storm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a story that, let me get a drink of water. There's a story of the cow and the bison. And so what happens is a storm comes, a big nasty storm comes rolling in. The cow, he sees the storm and he turns and he runs. And he runs and runs and runs. And guess what? The storm, it keeps coming and it keeps building. And the cow, he just keeps running until the storm finally catches up with the cow. Now the cow's wore out. He's tired. He's in this big nasty storm, but he's still running. And now he's in this storm longer than he should be. And the storm's worse than it should be. And he's more tired than it should be. It makes it a lot more painful for the cow. Whereas the bison, he sees the storm coming. And he says, you know what? I want to run straight at it. So now that bison, he runs directly at this storm. And he goes straight through it. And he's in it that long, he's out the other side. And when he gets to the other side, he's got green grass, fresh water, and a body full of energy.
Love it.
The moral to that story is you have to turn and face your struggles. You have to turn and face your challenges. And that's why I like Andrew Tate right now, because what I'm learning from him is that mindset, is that warrior mindset, that it's not about motivation. It's about discipline. It's about finding that next challenge and running at it, because you're not going to grow in the valleys, or you're not going to grow on the mountains. You need the valleys. So if that is true, if it is true that you only grow in the storms, you only grow in the valleys, why not seek them out and run towards them.
100%. Without failure, there will be no growth, right? And you'll never know what you're able to achieve if you never try. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly how I breathe and how I think too. Your mindset is your business. From the time you put your feet on the floor, it doesn't matter if you get a bad phone call, that's going to affect the rest of your day, right? So if we take those distractions out, and if we also have that hungry warrior mindset, right, that take on challenges. I love a challenge, man. I love when I'm challenged, right? Because I love to step up to the plate. And when people you're the underdog, right, and think you can't achieve something, I tell you right now, all you gotta do is put in 1% each day, and stay consistent. And as Andrew Tate is absolutely right. And I don't really have anything against him, not at all. And I've been seeing his stuff pop up all the time. And he has that real direct attitude. Here's what it is. If you don't like it, then get out of my way, right? If you're not with me, you're against me, kind of thing. And so it's the same kind of mindset.
Exactly. And another one that I'll follow is Trump. And before he was president, y'all, before he was president, I love Trump before he's president. I love the same thing. I love his mindset. I love the way he sees the world. I read his book, How to Think Like a Billionaire. That's another fantastic book. If you read How to Think Like a Billionaire and you take even one iota out of that book, you will become wealthier. And one of the things he says I find interesting, and it relates to what Eric just said. First off, he says you should never sleep more than 5 hours a day, right? You should never sleep more than 5 hours a day. That's all you need. The rest of the day should be productive. The second thing, which relates to what Eric said, was that if you love what you do, you don't need a vacation, right? A vacation is to get away from something that you don't love. If you love what you do, every day is a vacation. In fact, Eric just went on vacation and he worked the whole time.
I'm still on vacation in my hotel right now with my mobile podcast.
See what I mean? If you love what you do, there is no vacation. There is no business and personal. There is you. You are the business. It's everything. When you wake up in the morning, it's the time you go to sleep. You are
because
the
it comes
business.
natural. It comes natural. You don't have to. You have to fake it or front. Like that's what we teach here at Passive Income Blueprints. You don't have to feel like a counterfeit. You're you, right, brother? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just had to touch in on that a little bit because it just be you, and you'll be amazed on what you can do.
Exactly. No, you're fine cutting me off. I love the energy. I love it. It gets you fired up. I mean, it really gets you fired up.
Yeah, I mean, we have these sales calls each morning with my sales team, and we try to do these, inspirational things each morning, looking at their calendar and just kind of get them motivated, right? And that goes thing in your daily life. You can motivate yourself if nobody else is to motivate you, right? If not, find a community to do so. Man, that's awesome. So we're reading Happy Pocket Full of Money, and then what was it? The
How to Think Like a Billionaire.
How to Feel Like a Billionaire, Donald Trump. And
Yeah.
then he has several books out though, right? I think he has like
Yes,
four.
sir. Yeah, the art of the Think Like a Billionaire, the Art of the Deal. Those are the two, in my opinion, are the best. And he has 2 or 3 more out. He's written a couple since he was president that I haven't read those yet.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Super inspirational. And so let's talk about your TikTok account. We have 4 different accounts here. So the first one, let's go ahead and I'm gonna have you describe each one of them. The first one I'm gonna pull up here. This is Sustainable Income with Josh and Christine. So talk about your Facebook group and what you guys do in there, and who can you help?
Okay, so our Facebook group, we have formulated this, and we've taken it and kind of designed it off of the Facebook group that Eric has, and we go live once a week, and we are formulating those off of the mastermind style of classes that they have. We're kind of taking that with our own twist. So once a week, we go in there and we set up a live where we go in and we take all the answers to your questions when you enter the group. We take those answers and we address those. We set up polls during the week. We take answers from the polls and just general feedback we've gotten between us and you individually as we speak with you on a one-on-one basis. And we take all of that and produce a 1 hour live where we address all those issues, how to correct them, how to work with them, the good, the bad, and then take Q&A at the end.
Okay. What day is it? What day are the Q&As, and when do you go live in your Facebook group to help all the new beginners and people struggling?
It's going to be Tuesday, which is today. We're starting today with it again since the challenge is over, at 7:00 Central Standard Time.
Okay.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna write this in for everybody.
So we have several videos in our guides just kind of help boost you up. Little things we've we've found issues with us in the past as we've grown. We make a little short form videos of them, just to kind of help you out. It's a real great place to get to know exactly what affiliate marketing is, how it works, and not just PIB, but I also have one in there on how to get your affiliate links, right? If you want to say Bass Pro Shop, right? You want to be affiliate marketing for Bass Pro Shop, you want to promote them. I have a short video in there of how to get that. And it's the same for any affiliate link. It's all the same, but it gives you the platform, the ground to say, okay, this is how it's done. So that's mainly our Facebook group there, and we can help you from the beginning. We have people who don't know anything about affiliate marketing at all the way up to people who are succeeding in affiliate marketing, but just need help with some need help with their Facebook group. Some need help with items like repurposing their content. We help with that. I mean, it's from the beginning all the way to where we stand right now. We help anywhere in between.
Perfect. And you said that was at Tuesday at 7 Central, right?
Yes, sir. Tuesday at 7 Central.
Tuesday, 7 Central. You guys can check out Josh and Christine's Facebook group for that. And then let's talk about this. Was this a TikTok here? Let's go ahead and what's going on this TikTok account?
So on this TikTok account, mainly this is where all my day-to-day activity goes on, my main stuff. I try to keep it light. I try to keep it funny but educational at the same time. Lately, I have only been putting out one a day, but if you scroll through the whole thing, there's a plethora of value-based TikToks. There's a plethora of funny TikToks, life TikToks, and well as my story. I have some in there about what it looks like to run 3 businesses, right? It's not a pretty sight. It's a mess sometimes. But I have videos on my life, how my life's going, where I was, where I am, where I want to be, how I got there, and value-based videos on how to build this business.
Perfect. And so if somebody were to reach out to you on TikTok, you will reach back out to them personally in DMs, right?
Absolutely. You reach out. If you follow me, usually right now I got a big influx, but usually within a couple of days, if you follow me, I'm reaching out. If you put a comment on anything I have, that day I will be reaching out to you. So if you make a comment, hit the follow button and comment on any of my posts, and I'm right on top of it usually.
Perfect. Awesome. And then we also have an Instagram as well. So what we do here at Passive Income Blueprints, we teach you how to become omnipresent, right? So, it's all about numbers, sales is numbers, right? But obviously the more you can put your pieces of content on multiple platforms, and not having to do multiple pieces of content to do so, that's what we teach here. So that's why we have so many different accounts here. Now, we don't obviously teach you to get all of these at first. We start with one, and then you slowly build as you understand them. And then clearly Josh sees the value in it. And so right here, this is Josh's Instagram as well. And so let's talk about the Instagram, and the traction on there.
So the Instagram, I haven't had a lot of luck with. I'm still working on it. Okay. I have some videos that reached 3,000 views and several likes, and I have several videos that have 0. Been struggling a little bit with that, but we think we have found the fix to that problem, and we're slowly working on that and beta testing different things out on what's going to work the best. So that's definitely a work in progress.
Right. And then so it's always good, guys, like Instagram. I'm not very good on Instagram, but it's always good. So when one platform says not getting good traction because of the algorithm, it's always good to diversify. And so if you're not getting good traction on one platform anymore, right? You're doing really well, and all of a sudden they're wanting you to do paid ads now. It's always good to learn how to do another platform. Now it's going to take a little bit of traction. He just started that Instagram. He's getting the traction going, getting the ball turning. So that's his Instagram there. And then we have another here. This is your YouTube channel as well. So again, diversifying. Talk about your YouTube channel a little bit, brother.
All right. So YouTube channel is pretty interesting. Again, we're basically repurposing my content on there on the shorts, but there's also some long videos, long form content I'll put out there. I put out some interviews I've had on there. I also have a mini course that you can't see unless I send you the link. I have it unlisted, but we're working on a mini course to get you from knowing 0, right? Not knowing anything about it, to where you can make a proper decision on, is this for me or is it not, right?
Beautiful.
So you need that little bit of information. So we have mini courses on there, and several long form content, lives that we do on Facebook, I download and I put on there. So the YouTube has a whole lot of really good content on it. I want to touch kind of flipping back over to Facebook.
Yeah, for sure.
Not on my group, but I have a Facebook page because Eric was talking about diversifying on an unnamed platform, TikTok, that, having some issues with. So what I did was I went to Instagram, like you said, I wasn't getting good traction there. And I said, okay, I need to figure this out. While I'm figuring this out, I went to YouTube, started on YouTube, got better traction, but still wasn't enough. So I went to Facebook Reels. Now I had to create a Facebook page because for some of y'all out there, you're like me, I don't really want to put it on my personal page yet. I'm sure I will in the future, but right now I'm like, I don't want to put it out there yet. I'd rather my friends and family come to me organically versus throwing it in their face. It's the way I like doing it. So I made I made a public Facebook page that they can see, but it's not on my personal profile, right?
Gotcha.
And so I made that, and I've been doing reels and things over there and repurposing content, and I have had a lot of success and a lot of momentum over there. I mean, it's really Facebook Reels. If you're struggling anywhere else, make you a page and make it just like your group. Just change the name just a little bit, because on the Facebook Reels you can put all your links, you can put your group, you can put everything, your website, everything on there. And the traction it's really insane. I've been getting some insane traction on the Facebook Reels.
Love it. And the Facebook Reels are good too, because you can actually comment back with a link. You can direct your traffic or your leads through the process a lot more efficiently. So yeah, it's about diversifying. If you don't find success in a couple of weeks on one platform, don't stop with it. Just try to journey out. And everybody has a different character, right? Everybody has a different feel for different platforms, and some people may resonate more on one platform. Like with my personality, I was just able to kick it off on TikTok. And then sometimes when I go on Facebook, people are like, why you, they're like, you're scamming and all this other stuff on Facebook. I'm like, I'm not really doing that. I'm just repurposing my content, but it'll be the different feel for different platforms. So, I love how you're testing the market, you're doing your market research, and you're actually seeing and finding success through this slow time. Not only you, everybody in the market is actually feeling the force of Christmas, but here comes the new year, guys. So, I want to let everybody know we're at 48 right now. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wind her down a little bit. But before we do so, I just kind of want to let Josh give you guys a little inspiration or a little bit of like a closing or whatever he wants to say. On his peace of mind. To maybe inspire you guys, to let you guys just know it's okay that he did start at zero. All these different things that you guys might be feeling, the emotions. Because it's not about, we can get on this show like other shows and talk about how we made $50,000 in a week, and then next week you're not going to make nothing because it was a viral video, right? We're not teaching anything there. We're right here on Passive Income Blueprints with the Go Show. We're getting down to the guts. We're getting down to what the moving parts, right? All of the stuff that actually people don't talk about, and that's the mindset. That's the internal stuff to keep us motivated each day in the business. So what can you leave the audience, your audience, my audience with to motivate them to maybe move forward in their lives or whatever? What can you leave them with to motivate them?
I'll leave you with discipline. Motivation is fantastic and it will kick you off and get you going. But for times like these, it's the discipline, right? So before this time, everything's going great. TikTok was working. I was pumping out content. Now we're going through the grind. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you understand that grind. There's a hustle and there's a grind. Now's when you grind. What gets you through that grind? Is it motivation? No, most of the time you got voices in your head kicking you around. It's that discipline to stay on target, to stay on exactly what you've already said. I'm going to do X, Y, Z every day.
Love it.
That has nothing to do with how they respond to your content. You're getting 50 views on a video. So what? You said you was going to put 2 or 3 videos out. Put them out. You're not getting anyone to answer you back in DMs. So what? You said you were going to talk to 10 people a day. Have the discipline to do what you said you were going to do. If you continue down that path, in that book I told you, The Greatest Salesman in the World, there's a scroll, and the whole scroll is about I will persist until I succeed. And the idea behind it is never stop. Keep pecking away. You can take down a mighty oak tree with little swings if you just don't stop. An ant can devour a tiger if it just keeps going. A raindrop can wash away a mountain if it just keeps dropping. So that's what I would leave y'all with.
Beautiful.
Just discipline.
Beautiful. And it's all about discipline and consistency, right? So
Yes.
And that's what you've showed, through in and throughout, through your failure, through falling on your face, losing everything, to building 2 businesses, and now you're third. just to show that, just staying consistent and that motivation, it only comes and goes, right? But the consistency is what we need. So yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was going to say, when I started my landscape business, that's where I learned the most about persistence. I've actually had people tell me when I call them, I went with you because you just kept calling. You just kept coming, and I decided to go with you. I've had people that I've called 10 times. They answered on 11th time and said, "Hey, I'm so glad you kept calling. I lost your number and I was away from my phone." Right? I've made sales in landscaping where I show up and they say, "You were the only person that answered your phone."
Yeah.
Because I answer it consistently. No matter what, I answer that phone.
Just don't deviate from it, right?
That's right. Stay on track. You will succeed.
And the thing of it is, people notice. That's the thing. It's not only staying consistent for yourself, but stay consistent for your audience and the people you're trying to influence. Because if you're on there for a week and all of a sudden you're gone for 2, and then you're back on for a week and you're back on for 2, people notice that consistency and they find a fault in that. I would personally, right? But if I seen somebody that's consistent, they have that attitude, that persona, everything going about them, that glow, they're going to follow you and you become an authority, just like you are, Josh, just like you and Christine both are becoming authorities as a power couple in this industry, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Persistence is key. If you just keep coming and just keep coming, all else fails, you'll wear them down, right? You'll
100%.
wear them down.
You'll give them something to talk about. Believe that, because
Mhm.
as soon as you start getting fake accounts made after you and you start people talking about you, then you're making some headway, right? And you are, believe it or not, you're a power couple, and people ask questions. People ask all the time. And if anybody wants to get started with Josh and what he's got going on with Passive Income Blueprints, please reach out to Josh. Now, Josh has an opportunity, an offer. If you're a power couple, if you're a couple, or if you have a business partner, Josh will allow you to sign up for free. Okay. So if you have a power couple, if you're a husband and wife, we will basically get one person in and then the other person will be free. Lifetime coaching. Okay. Reach out to Josh if you guys want the opportunity to not only transform your life, your financial situation, but your future as well. Right.
Amen, brother. Amen.
All right, Josh. Well, thank you again, brother, for coming in on the show. We had a person that wasn't able to show up today, and you were just like, hey, I'll jump on. Absolutely. So we love your value. We love the energy, the consistency. We love everything about it, my man. Never stop, Jessica says. And until next time, and I'll see you tomorrow night, my man. Tomorrow night is our mastermind. But thank you again, my brother, and I'll see you then. All right, guys, everything went great. Love that. Josh was just crushing it. Super, a lot of value, right? A lot of motivation, a lot of mindset stuff. It's not all about how much money you can make and how fast you can make. It's about staying consistent. So with that being said, guys, my name is Eric Forner, the CEO of Passive Income Blueprints. I'm back on the road for another 10-hour trip till I get home and then back at the grind. All right. Well, until next time, I hope everybody has a blessed day. Keep crushing it. Keep asking questions. And the quicker you help somebody make their first high ticket sale, the quicker you'll make yours. Or the quicker you make, help somebody make their first 10K, the quicker you'll make yours. I promise you, right? It's okay to give a little bit of knowledge, give a little bit. All right. Much love and respect, guys. Thank you again. And I'll see you guys on Thursday.